What's the deal, man? RJ Lamont in the building, and shout out to the motherfucking streets.
It's love, Joe. Shout out to the streets, man. We putting on for the whole meeting. Real shit.
Oh yeah, we already know that's for the streets, man. That's number one though for the streets. Real for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Cause we in the streets. It came from the streets.
Shit, shout out for the streets. I appreciate you coming and fuck with your baby.
You already know how that shit go.
Wow, shout out to the streets for mad love, man. Appreciate you.
Go follow this nigga too, man. I gotta go follow the game. Yeah, big shout out to the motherfucker for the streets, nigga. That's all we doing it for. I only do it for the street.
Shout out for the streets, man. Tap in. My bad.
It would be an injustice, man, for me not to say something. I didn't know I was gonna do YouTube. My whole thing was to, like I was just doing with your kids. I wanted to talk to the youth and teach them how to box. But at the same time, when I'm teaching them how to box, I'm gonna be giving them some life lessons too. Giving them some, some ins and outs, letting them know, because all the things that your mom and your dad telling you right now, and when you young and you ain't listening to, man, you know, I say this all the time. They tell you to clean your room, don't hang around with bad crowd, go to school. You know what I'm saying? Keep yourself up. All the things you don't want to hurt. Guess what? When you go to prison, they gonna make you clean your room. They gonna make you go to school if you ain't got a GED or high school diploma.
Right.
They gonna get at you when you hanging around with the gangs in there, and they can identify you as a gang member. All these things that the people is telling you right now, they love you and you not paying attention to, when you go to prison, they gonna be the first one you try to call for help. And they're not going to be able to help you, and you should listen to them right now, because they telling you what they telling you out of love. But when you get in prison, them people going to be telling you what they telling you out of a paycheck, and they going to force you to do what they ask you to do if you don't do it. So you in a wonderful position right now. All you got to do is take heed to your surroundings, take heed to the signs, take heed to where the message is coming from. The people that love you ain't gonna tell you nothing to try to hurt you, man. They gonna tell you something to try to better you. Even if they tell you something wrong, it's coming from good intent. It's just because they misinformed, you know. But you can rest assured, you need to listen right now while you in the free world, because when you get on the other side of that wall, bro, can't nobody help you.
Yes,
nobody. You on your own. You know what I'm saying? You can call mama, you can call daddy, you can call your lawyer, you can call anybody you want to call.
If them boys let you get on the phone.
If they let you, they charge you.
I'm gonna say, if you cut enough to get on that phone.
Yeah, they charge you for the phone. They charge you to take showers. They charge you everything. Yeah, man, they got this
put a tax on everything.
Man, they got this going down. They got sections in there now, man. This is such and such phone, such and such shower, such and such table. Yeah, man, everything in there now, man. That's what's going on, man. So if you want to live that type of life, then that's up to you. And you tell you a gangster, you a thug. That's really thugging and gangster right there. When you say, yeah, I want to go live like an animal for the next couple of decades. If that's how you feel, then I can't stop you. I'm telling you, I don't recommend it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't recommend it for no human being whatsoever. I don't recommend it, man. I recommend you enjoy this freedom. And you take cold advantage of it, man. If you young, you can do whatever you want to do, man. Anything you want to do, all you got to do is lock your brain into doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? What the brain tells the body follows.
For sure.
You know, what you tell this follows. You ain't never got up and walked over there and get something to drink without your mind telling your body to do it first. Tell your mind to tell your body to be great.
Facts.
Be great, man. That's all. Get up and grind every day, and it's going to happen.
For sure.
You know, like you say, I've been out here for less than 2 years. And whatever I've done is been because I'm trying to be consistent, and I'm trying to be authentic, and I'm going to keep on going. And even if it don't go no further, or even if it stay right here, it ain't going to stop me. Because I ain't doing it for that. I'm doing it to get this message out.
Right. And
if 2 people listening, I'm going to keep on talking. You understand me? If one person listening, I'm going to keep on talking. So it's all good. Somebody going to listen, and somebody going to get it. And if somebody even stops one person from going to prison, I'm good with that. Because that one person could have been me.
Right, you did your
You see what
job.
I'm saying? That could have been me. If somebody would have said the things that I'm saying to me back then, I could have been that one person that ain't go to prison. So it could have saved me 3 decades. So that one person that listened to me, I might save him 3 decades. And I'm good with that. You see what I'm saying? I'm good with that.
For sure. Nah, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You say everybody in the joint was like, I don't want to hear you preaching right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm personally ecstatic you got the chance to preach and speak to a crowd publicly a few times. You got to go a high school and a HBCU recently. So how was them experiences for you? Like,
Oh man.
would it make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, just seeing the college kids and like you said, the youth? And actually just, you know, because when you did them, the ones that you could see in the crowd, like they was locked in. They really wanted to see what you had to say. That's why I say you know how to capture the youth.
That college thing, man, when I came out, you know, shout out Elizabeth City State University. Shout out Coach Sean Walker who invited me out there. Man, that was
Big shout out to them.
Yeah, man, big shout out, man, to Vikings, man. Go Vikings. Man, that was a great experience, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was like a dream come true because, like I say, when I was in there, I used to dream about being able to do that one day, get out there and talk to some colleges and stuff like that, man, to try to, you know, put something in the young brains out there, man, and see how they respond. So it just was a beautiful experience. When I first went out there, man, I started out with a joke. And ain't nobody laugh, and I was like, oh, this ain't gonna go good right here. You know what I'm saying? I said, this joke get ready to get ugly. But I just kept on going. Then I had, you know, I had never really got in front of no people like that before, so I had made some notes and stuff. And usually, which is crazy, because usually I speak just off the top of my head.
Right.
I don't practice, I don't do nothing. When I make my videos, I sit down and I just start telling the story, and I go straight through. I rarely ever even stopped. Out of every video I made, I rarely ever stopped. And I just sit down and talk all the way through and stop the camera. You know, only time I stop the camera over the net is when I'm switching over or changing videos. But I just talk all the way through. And because the stuff is already in my brain. So when I got up there and tried to make the notes for the college joint, I was like, man. And I kept going back to the podium. I said, I ain't gonna be able to do this, man, because I'm losing my place. I'm trying to read. I'm like, nah. So I just left it alone, man. It just went off the cuff. And for the most part, I said all the things that I wanted to say. But I could tell when I got in mid-conversation how they locked in. I could look at faces. I could see they was listening to me. I could see they was nodding their head. I could see they was engaged. And the better part about it was when it was over, I opened it up for questions, and they asked questions longer than my speech. They asked questions for over 45 minutes. So I knew that I had reached some of them. I knew
that's that reception.
Yeah. Some of the things I said was thought-provoking, which that's what you want. You want somebody to think about what you said, because when they're thinking about what you said, then they analyzing what you said.
Right.
They analyzing, then it's working. You see what I'm saying? So that happened, man, and that was just, it was a great experience, man. I can't wait to go to another one. I'm waiting. I'm taking offers right now, so if y'all want me, y'all can get at me, man, on Team Banky Management on IG. It's open for me to be booked, to come speak at your high school, come speak at your college, to come speak anywhere that you got some youth that's available and they need to hear a good, positive lesson with some impact, then I'm available, man. So,
man, y'all tap in with Unc right now.
For sure.
Get at him. Now, you got a hell of a workout plan. I thought to myself, if you didn't pick up motivational speaking as a career, you could be an athletic trainer for real.
Yeah.
So why is it important for you personally to keep your body in tip-top shape? And tell us the benefits of working out.
Oh, man, the benefits of working out is great, man. As y'all know, I'm a young 55, you know, so...
Which happy birthday a week ago.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man,
saying?
appreciate
a week ago.
it, man, appreciate it. So, you know, well, in prison, it was beneficial to work out for a lot of reasons, you know what I'm saying? One being your survival, you know, because you never know what's going to go down, how it's going to go down, or who it's going to go down with.
You got to be rock solid.
That's right. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Real
talk.
Yeah,
I worked out a lot. Then I used to box in there all the time when they had the boxing. So it just was a lifestyle for me.
Right.
And now when I'm out here and I'm getting older, and there's so many other moving parts in my life now, because for the most part in there, we was just stable. We weren't moving. We was always in one spot. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy because you could find the time to work out because you had plenty. Now you got to make the time.
Right.
You know, I've been not hitting and missing lately, but I just locked back in and said, man, I got to get back on my grind, get back in tip top. So I'm just locking back in. So y'all give me a couple of months, I'm gonna be fit and ferocious again real soon. You know,
I would say, yeah, we ain't seen too many workout videos lately.
Yeah, man, I've been doing so much other stuff, but I still try to get my workout in. But I ain't been going as hard as I should. I just got back into going as hard. I usually try to hit it, man, at least 7 days a week, man. 7 days a week, you get something in. You know, something always beat nothing. You know,
for sure.
And yeah, but I got to just turn it up and start going a little harder, make time for it, because like I say all the time, your health is your wealth.
For sure.
If you don't got that, you don't got anything. You know, Bill Gates, what's his name, Jeff Bezos, all the money they got in the world can't give them 5 more minutes on earth if their health go bad and they going out of here, they going.
For sure.
So your health is your wealth, man. You got to take care of it. It's worth more than anything else. You got to take care of yourself, man. And like I say, I try to stay in shape. You know, I try to do things, activities. I played basketball today.
Yeah, for sure.
I played basketball today.
I didn't even know you was a hooper.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got a decent little shot. Man. You know, I can get around. Ain't nobody that's gonna take advantage of me out there. You know, ain't nobody gonna take advantage of me out there. That's for sure. I'm gonna hold my end up. You know, and if you leave me alone, the shot is gonna get knocked down. That's just
straight like that.
Yeah, straight like that, man. So yeah, it's your health is your wealth, man. You gotta take care of yourself, man. Straight up. And then, like I say, it promotes longevity in life. You know what I'm saying? It promotes longevity, man. You gotta try to eat good, take care of yourself, do a little something every day. You ain't gotta do what you see everybody else doing. Do what makes you feel like you getting something accomplished. What makes you feel better, which makes you feel stronger. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're doing that every day and being consistent, the thing about working out is being consistent. Once you're consistent and find that routine, it's going to pay off, man. Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Now, tell me how you came up with that prison pizza recipe while you was in there. And which is the best pizza in or outside of prison that I ever had? No bullshit. Like, that's the best pizza I ever. And I ain't even had you make it. I made it. Yeah. That motherfucker was wet. Like, that recipe was crazy.
Ain't no question. Hey, look, it ain't get 1 million some views for nothing. I'm telling you, if you ain't tried it, you need to try it. I'm telling you, man. I tell people out here since I've been out here, I said, man, my pizza is better than any pizza I've tasted since I've been out here. You know, and that's facts. And I said, you don't believe me, I can make it for you. And then you go buy the one that you like. I don't care where you get it from. Domino's, Pizza Hut, whatever, bring it and set it beside mine, and you tell me, I don't care what it look like or what you, that's prison. And they always come up with that crazy stuff, talking about, man, that's prison food. Ain't no such thing as prison food.
Right.
It's food you eat in prison. It ain't no such thing, no prison food. They ain't never sold no food nowhere and say, oh, this is prison food. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the way you perceive things, you just perceiving it like that because of the way you see it and the way what label it has on it. But it's no such thing as prison food. And if I make it, I can tell you right now, it's pure deliciousness.
For sure.
Pure. It's gonna be good. What I look like making food that don't taste good. Why would I do that when I'm the one who gotta eat it? Right. You know what I'm saying? I perfected my cooking style from trial and error. Making food, trying out recipes and it don't taste good, and I say, alright, I give it away, let somebody else have it. And I try it again with something that I know I messed up. Something I know I ain't do right. I do it again. And I do it till I get it right. Now I messed up a lot of food over the years trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trying to mix it together.
But the recipes I got, scud missiles. Straight missiles.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, straight missiles.
I'm gonna say the way that tortilla seep into the chip dough, that shit is crazy.
It's a no miss, bro. It's a no brainer.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Now, you cut from a cloth that a lot of people like to portray they from nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like I say, tough gangster, which you really not a gangster, but if it get like that, you know what I'm saying? It get like that. But like I say, you cut from a different cloth than a lot of people claim. So, do you find? I hear a lot of people in Michigan say that prison help you read people. You know what I'm saying? So, do you find that to be true for you?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. it's a saying that I used to like to say, right? But I ain't even gonna say it because the way it comes out. But it's just like I call myself an ologist, man, and you fill in the blank. As far as with dudes, you can say a dudeologist, a guyologist, but I'm talking about the enologist. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been around every kind of dude known to man. You can't scare me. You can't fake me out. You can't. I know what you is 5 minutes from the gate. You see what I'm saying? Because I done dealt with it. You talking about 12,000, 40 something plus days, 365 days a year, 24/7 dealing with men. What kind I ain't seen? Who I ain't dealt with? What type? You know, I know every type. You see what I'm saying? And one thing about a man, I can look him in his eyes and know what's going on. I done been around killers. I done been around cold-blooded killers. You know, and it not to be funny or not to be arrogant, just being honest, it don't faze me. Because one thing I already know is nobody want to die. You don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Facts.
But if you know you dealing with people and death is the only option on the table, then 9 times out of 10 people gonna avoid that. It's just like when you driving down the street in that car, you don't go across that yellow line because you're gonna run into another car and you already know the outcome ain't gonna be good. So that's what it is when you dealing with killers. When dudes know you willing to kill, they ain't crossing that yellow line.
Right, for
you
sure.
See what I'm saying? So when dudes dealing with me, that's the only option. Just like you say, I always used to say that line too when people say, you ever heard a little line when they say, well, I ain't a doctor, but I play one on TV. I used to always say, yeah, I ain't a gangster, but I do the one get here.
Right,
know?
for sure.
So I ain't worrying about nothing. I won't worry about nothing. I mean, in prison, you know, it's a different mentality out here now because, like I say, I want to live, I always want to live. But in prison, I live my life like I could die every day, but I won't trip. I won't tripping about it. I really won't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing multiple life sentences. I got to live every day. If I paid attention to anything else, then I won't even be able to be focused. So I live my life like I could die every day, but I can also take you with me. You know, so we going together. It's gonna be
for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
like you said, I gotta make it to tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This gonna be a 2-seater right here, bro. We going together. So that's the way I always carried it, and dudes knew that, and they knew dealing with me. That's how it was gonna be. So I ain't go through a whole lot of crazy stuff after a period of time. Probably my first 15 years, you know. Probably my first 15 years was probably like on the physical side, probably the worst years. You know, that's when all the blood and the guts and all the fighting and that's when all of that went down.
Right.
But after you get through that, if you lucky enough to get through that, then people know what they dealing with when they dealing with you. So the respect gonna always be laid on the table.
For sure.
But I don't recommend that life for nobody, bro, because even
Not
like I
at
said,
all.
even the dude did the most glorious killer or whatever, it don't make no difference. He could die too. You know what I'm saying? He could die too. And it's going to have to be a little bit of God to come in there, bro, to get you through that stuff. So I'm not telling nobody, like, I was so gorilla that I just got, no, God walked with me too, bro. He walked with me too. He helped me get through. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's what it's going to take, bro. It's going to take an act of God to get through prison, period. It's going to take an act of God to get through prison, period, bro. So, like
definitely.
I say, man, freedom, man.
And I love how you keep saying through, because y'all that's watching, just know it ain't no going around it. You go to prison, you got to go through it.
Oh, you got to go through it.
Period.
And all that crazy statement people always say, fake it till you make it, ain't gonna work in prison. Ain't gonna work in prison. I've seen the most humble dude in the world go in prison, don't want to bother nobody, ain't look for no trouble, want to just mind his business, do his time, get on up out there. Don't exist. Don't exist, man. You got sharks in there, man. You got wolves in there. You got gorillas in there. And the more humble you are, the more they feel like, well, if I can't take this from nobody else, I can take it from you. And that's just how it's going to be. So, like I say, the only option you got, the best option you got, the most sensible option you got, the most honorable option you got don't go to prison.
Facts.
Don't put yourself in a position to go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the best advice that I could possibly give you. Because other than that, anything else I'm gonna tell you is gonna have to be involved with the after you in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that ain't got no guarantee on it.
Man.
There ain't nothing I can tell you. There ain't nothing nobody else can tell you. Look, you do it like this, you do it like this gonna happen and you gonna get out. It don't, that's impossible. That's my path is gonna be another man's different path. His path is gonna be a different path from another man's path. Ain't nothing guaranteed in prison.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, right? If they tell me today, and I mean that, and I stand by that. If they tell me today you go back right now and do 30 more years, and at the end of that we'll give you $1 billion, $100 million, whatever you want, or